We are live. Let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Welcome back to another live and amplified Indiefusion Podcast. I'm your host, Tom Kwiat, and we're back at it again with another amazing podcast. Today, we have a very special guest joining us. We have Samantha Sharpe. How's it going?
Amazing. How are you going?
I'm doing all right. It's Sunday here, Monday for you, and I'm like not wanting to go to work tomorrow, but you know, I guess that's life, isn't it?
I like my job.
Fair, very fair. But excited to have you here. Excited to chat a little bit, and you know, you've had a really productive year so far. You've released an album. You just got a new single out a little over a month ago, or maybe closer to 2 months.
Oh yeah, my gosh, I that was like, yeah, a couple of weeks after the album, we dropped another one. It was a little surprise. Yeah.
So was that intentional, or was it kind of like a surprise for you as well?
A bit of a surprise for me too.
Okay.
Yeah, we wrote, my producer and I, Michael Mumford, we wrote that while we were waiting for some files to transfer from the album, and then we were like, well, we have to put this out. So
Fair.
yeah,
Fair. It's like, oh hey, you know. Was there ever any thought of like, you know what, let's hold the album back and just add it to it? Or is the song so different that it's like, it doesn't really fit?
it doesn't really fit.
Okay.
And the album at that point was like finished, ready to go.
Gotcha.
Already like uploaded everywhere. So
Gotcha.
yeah, completely different vibe. But yeah, it was, I almost forget about that one because it was like a little surprise on the end. And it was so much fun that it didn't feel like work. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we'll talk about the album for a little bit, and then maybe we'll come back and talk about the new single a little bit, and we'll just kind of keep it interesting. So, you've been working on this album for a while, correct?
yeah, started writing songs for it probably a year or two ago.
Okay.
And I wasn't even sure it was going to be like a full collection, but it became something else. So
Fair.
yeah.
Because I feel like we've talked about the idea of whatever you were working on at the time turning into an album, and I feel like this might be it. I'm not 100% sure, so.
Yeah. And it became its own thing. It became its own thing.
Nice. Nice little plug there. So go ahead and tell us about the album, you know, Glitter, Guts, and Glory. You know, like what's kind of like the story? Like, obviously, we've talked about it a little bit, but what's the full story behind it?
You know, I went through some stuff, and as we all do, but I really wanted to turn that sort of pain and heartache and all of the human things we go through into something triumphant. So, you know, there's songs on there about getting through mental health struggles. There's a song that I wrote called Life Starts Again, which I actually wrote after I lost my dog. And weirdly, you know, I thought I'd never get another pet, and then I found a kitten. So it was like my heart healed a little bit in that way. So there's songs about being ambitious and being single and taking on the world on your own. And there is a song called Fake Friends about how I had really terrible friends at one point and I have ditched them all. So
Nice.
it's a bit of everything, but it's it all fits together.
Fair. Is that, I'm guessing that's kind of where the title for the album comes from, is like the eclectic nature of subject matter that is the album. Is that kind of where the title comes from?
Yeah, so the title actually is a line from the closing track. So it's called Something More. And there's this whole, like, I like to think of this song as like a victory lap. It's like the song that I think of it as like a reality TV show. It's like the winning song.
Yeah.
It's the song they sing when they win and all the confetti comes down. And it's there's this line that says, I've been waiting for this moment to arrive, all the glitter, guts, and glory. Because it's like you get the confetti and you get, the applause, but you've had to have guts to do it, and you've had to go through, the shit. Pardon
Hmm.
my French.
No, you're 100% good there. It's really interesting because I feel like, you know, we've done several different of these podcasts, right? We've interacted probably since, when was our first podcast? 2020, maybe. It had to be
Yeah, I think so.
had to be early pandemic.
I think so.
And so just kind of seeing the natural growth of you as a musician has been really interesting. And then just kind of watching the like lead up to this album. Because I feel like, was there a point there where you had kind of maybe taken a break from social media? Were you not quite as active on social media?
Yeah. Especially through some of those like mental health struggles.
Hmm.
I didn't really want to be perceived, and I was healing and doing all those things. And I was like, "Ugh, social media can be so frustrating as an artist, and you see it all the time. People saying they didn't sign up for it." And I went through a phase of that, and now I'm really quite clued into the fact that it's sorry, there's cats in here. That it's quite an important part of actually reaching people. We
Hmm.
live in this age where you can actually reach more people than ever before. So we should do that.
Yeah.
It's free, right? I just have
100.
to turn my head real quick. What are you doing? No, ma'am, please. Oh,
She just wants attention. That's all it is.
she's pulling stickers off of something.
Oh, fun. Oh, fun. That's always good.
Hmm.
And so how long have you had the cat?
I got her. She's turning 2 this year, but I found her up a tree. So
Okay.
as a little tiny kitten. So
Fair, fair. So you probably had her about a year and a half or so?
yeah, about that. Yeah, I'd
Nice.
say close to 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. She's pretty, even though you found her up a tree, she's about as used to you as she's going to get at this point.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, she was really, really tiny when
Hmm.
like I saw her run up a tree,
Oh,
and I
well.
had to convince someone to climb a tree for me because I couldn't do it. So
Fair. I
it was
got you.
a really tall tree for me. I was like, but I still want the kitten, so I
Fair.
had to ask.
And it was like, not going to run the risk of it never coming down because that's very possible.
Yeah, and there were like birds attacking her, and
Yeah.
anyway, her name's Karma. She's really cool. She's the love of my life. But I actually got a puppy 2 days ago, so
Oh, nice. So now you're just kind of got both of them going at it, probably.
I got lots of things going on.
Fair.
It's very busy.
Yeah. So how's obviously the album's been out for a little bit. It's been out for a little over 2 months at this point,
Mhm.
or is it getting closer to 3 months?
Oh,
July,
uh,
August,
bye. August.
or
No, it's just over 2 months.
okay, just over two. I'm sitting here trying to do math like math is a thing I know how to do. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm not that dumb. Um, but so how's the reception to the album been?
Really good. Um, I I mean, I did it for myself more than anything, so I wasn't chasing any sort of external validation,
Yeah.
although that is really nice to have. Um, but it's been just phenomenal to actually have people say that they relate to the stories that I'm telling. Because that's all I really want from putting it out
Hmm.
and giving it to other people is to have them feel something and feel like they belong and exist in the same world as everyone else,
Yeah.
because some of these stories, like I had someone say, you know, finally, because that's the most relatable song I've heard this year about having bad friends. I was like, I'm sorry that you're part of this club, but I'm glad we have that in common because, now we can be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so it now that the album's out, and then you surprised everybody with the single, we'll call it right now. Where's kind of your head at, like creatively? Are you kind of like letting this be what it is, or are you already working on whatever's next?
Bit of both.
Bit of both. Okay,
Bit of both. Little from column A, little from column B.
fair.
I'm always writing something. There's always music and lyrics in my head.
Nice.
But I am thinking like it took so long to make this that I should not discard it straight away. I should probably give it some time to actually, I don't know.
Do its thing. Yeah. Hey, you're playing shows and stuff, right? As well? Like you're out.
Not a whole lot at the moment. I have been in like up till probably like 2 weeks ago. I'm taking a short break, and the next thing I'm actually doing is a wedding for someone in November. So
Nice.
people keep asking me if they can come to my next show, and I'm like, sorry, it's actually
A
I don't
wedding.
think I can invite you to a wedding that's not mine.
Wouldn't
But
that be
yeah,
the craziest thing? Like people just start crashing weddings to go see people play.
that would be weird, but maybe that could be my new shtick. I mean, the new gimmick.
Yeah. That'd be funny. I'd really, and well, you guys are starting to get into, or Australia's starting to get into their busy time, right? Or does it tend
Yeah.
to slow down a little bit more during the summer because it's so hot?
No, we slow down through the winter. Well, most people slow down in the winter. I'm not really most people.
Fair.
I do all my stuff over winter usually, and people complain that it's cold, and I'm like, nah, this is good because I don't like the heat. I yeah, all the events and weddings and stuff, they all come up over the summer, but yeah, I've always planned shows to be in winter. The big ones at least.
Yeah. And I mean, especially like, I can't imagine that winter's too bad there, is it? Depending on where in the country you are.
Yeah, it depends.
Okay.
It depends.
Fair.
I mean, it's spring now and it's raining and hailing today, so I don't know. And I mean, I'm in Melbourne, so that's like four seasons in a day, they
Yeah.
say. Bring your umbrella and your sunscreen, and we don't know.
Fair. Fair. 4 seasons in a day. I've never heard that one, but that actually makes a lot of sense. So
Maybe that needs to be a song.
probably, like, I mean, you could find a whole lot of metaphors for a song like that. Like,
Yeah,
just
my brain just went like,
sweet. So we will book a podcast in the next 6 months for your new song, 4 Seasons in a Day.
sounds good to me. Probably
Sweet.
be finished writing it by this afternoon, though.
Fair. I just said 6 months because to give us time and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
but no, it's really cool that you finally got your full album out, Glitter, Guts, and Glory. You know, it's having interviewed you over the last several years and kind of had a chance to sit down and chat with you, and knowing that I want to say the last time we talked, you were kind of throwing out the idea of working on something. It wasn't very focused in at that point. It was still very vague and kind of like a concept. But, you know, now that it's out and just kind of seeing the progression of it through social media, it's really exciting to know that it's out for people to listen to.
Thank you.
So,
That's so cool.
yeah.
It's been a journey, honestly. But yeah, I feel like a completely different person than when I started. So
Nice. Now, do you think you feel like a different person because the music's out, or just because it's taken so long that you've just kind of naturally changed as a person?
I think it's forced me to grow.
Okay.
I think I've grown as an artist and as a person just from having such a big project and wanting to actually finish it and follow through with it. It takes dedication to actually finish something this big. So
Yeah,
pretty proud of that.
100%. You know, it's one of those things where it's like like you said, it takes dedication to get it out, and a lot of people, they'll start on an album and then realize like, oh, this isn't right, and then they just never release that album because they're so nitpicky on stuff and just kind of like, oh, you got to change this chord or this song title, you know, just whatever it is. And then 5 years pass and they're like, okay, I'm not releasing this album, it's not right. And it's like, just release the music then, don't release the album. Like, don't call it an
Put
album.
out what you've got.
Yeah.
I'd written 11 of the 12 songs when I took it into the studio.
Okay.
So I was pretty ready.
And then
Uh,
how does the 12th song kind of come into play? Was that just, did the album feel kind of incomplete or empty, or was this song just kind of written and it felt so right? It's like, hey, let's just add it.
um, I felt like I wanted it to be 12.
Okay.
So I was like, I'll try another one. But
Okay.
I want to get started, but I've only got 11.
Fair.
Um, it got to a point where we were working through all the tracks and I had to write it and I had to come up with something. And I actually wrote a few and then sent them as demos to my producer. And because I demo a lot of stuff myself at home. And yeah, he picked that one. So that was, gosh, we ended up slotting it in as like track 10,
Okay.
but it was actually the last one written. So
Nice. Nice, nice. And so you said while you were in the final stages of like submitting everything for this album, you wrote Simple Overrated, right? Or was everything already submitted and then this song came out, this new single came out?
everything was pretty much already, yeah, finished. So I was getting all of the files from my producer to do some sync pitching. So I was getting out all my instrumentals and all my stems and all those things. And I couldn't get them to transfer. We were trying to do it through all the online transfer things, and it just wasn't working. So I had a couple of tracks left that I was like, come on, I really need those files because I'm pitching and I'm getting asked for them. And so we made a day that I would come into the studio and we'd just sit there and like go hard drive to hard drive, basically. But it was taking a really long time. And, there was equipment and pianos and things there. So he's like, oh, I started writing this song. Will you help me finish it? And it wasn't even meant to be for either of us, actually. He was writing for someone else as a thought, like, oh,
Hmm.
maybe I'll write this for someone and maybe they'll use it. And yeah, he's like, can you help me finish it? So he'd written the choruses and I did the verses and we got lost somewhere in the middle and I don't know who wrote what anymore because it was pretty much 50-50. So we just decided to, yeah, to sing it together as well, which, that's my first collab, I
Nice.
think,
Yeah.
officially.
Nice. And was it like, so to release it 3 weeks after the album, that was just because it was there ready to go and it was like, you know what, let's just put it out now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Like we
Hey,
won't put it out at the same time because it's separate, but we'll let this breathe for a little bit, but we couldn't wait that long. So
fair. Fair, fair. It's a really cool song. And honestly, hearing the backstory of what was kind of going on, the title just really makes sense because like you're trying to do something that should be so simple, but how you have to do it, it's like, oh, this is over. Like it
yeah.
just feels like it. Even though you said he had started writing it, I'm guessing probably before you guys were trying to do
Yeah.
the file transfer stuff. It just feels like it fits within that moment of what you were doing.
Yeah, I guess it does. I didn't really think of that. I haven't thought of it that way, but yeah, it does.
So I understand if you can't tell me exactly, but how's the sync pitching going?
I have a little maybe something happening
Okay,
soon.
gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just waiting on confirmation, but it's looking positive. So,
Fair. I kind of had a feeling that was going to be the answer, but you don't know unless you ask. So,
yeah, nothing confirmed yet, but working at it and,
fair.
just waiting.
Nice.
Doing
Nice.
doing the I hate the waiting part. I'm not really a waiting person. I'm a make your own opportunities, create your own lane kind of person,
Mhm.
but sometimes you do actually have to wait for things to be approved, and I
Yeah.
understand that.
Oh yeah. I had to have like I'm very much in the same boat. We have our 10-year anniversary of Live and Amplified coming up in December, and
Oh.
we're doing a show like a songwriter showcase thing, and I wanted to announce it back in like May when we first like started discussing it, and he's like, we don't even, my business partner, he's like, we don't even have a venue yet. What are we announcing? And I'm like, good point.
Yeah,
It's
it's like that.
very good point. And so he's like, we know who we want to reach out to. We know who we want to have, where we want to have this thing. So let's wait until mid-June, like 5 months, 6 months before the thing, and just ask. Okay, cool. So June came around, and I'm like, all right, cool. We got the venue. Let's announce this thing. It's like, nope, too soon. Like he had to like literally make me pump my own brakes, because had I had it my way, I'd have probably announced something that wasn't even set up yet in like April, because that's just kind of how it is. So
Yeah, but you get excited, right?
oh yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm very excited, because it's this showcase thing is something we've been doing for about the last year or so, and it's always a fun, interesting thing. The only thing I'm nervous about is normally our showcases are 2 hours. This one's 4 hours.
Ooh,
And it's
okay.
just like, I can go like 3 hours. We've decided like 3 hours. We can we can get it to 3 hours, but 4 hours has never been a conversation for us. And so it's
Mm,
like, all right, well, we got to make sure we have enough musicians. How do we even time out that? How do we even time out 4 hours? Because, but it's it's a little nerve wracking, but I'm excited. It's
I
an
think,
excited
yeah.
nervous. So
Yeah, and then that's the thing. Like you got to recognize that when something's like excited nervous versus scared nervous. But
yeah,
I think you'll be fine. I think you got
yeah.
this.
Oh
And you've
yeah.
been doing this for 10 years, you say, right?
Yep. 10 years. 10 years.
That imposter syndrome, do you think?
Um. Yeah. Pretty much. Like, it's actually 100%. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's 100% what it is. Just because it, no matter how many of these we do, when we're like doing something a little bit different, it's like,
Mm,
oh, what if people don't respond to it? Like, what if we just don't get the response we want? And I don't know. It very much is. So,
I get that.
so
I get that so
yeah,
much. I
yeah.
wrote a song about it. I wrote a song about imposter syndrome for the album. Um, but I read a quote, and I can't remember who said it, so if someone does know, they have to tell us. But it's basically the concept of it, if paraphrasing terribly, was probably if you have imposter syndrome, you're not an imposter because imposters don't care.
Hmm.
They don't think they're imposters, so they don't really give a shit.
No. Interesting.
It just means you care, which
Yeah.
means that you belong and you should be there.
Hey, thank you for giving me that one. Like that made me feel a little bit better right now, because it's like
Good.
just kind of looking at the overwhelming everything. It's like, oh man, how am I going to fulfill this? But it's like, nope, it's because I care, not because I think I'm
It's
an
because you
imposter.
care. And
So,
that's why you're nervous as well.
yep.
Because you
Eh,
want it to do well because you care about it.
Yep, 100%, 100%. Plus the showcase, this is something we see that we could use that as our vehicle to come over to Australia, go to the UK, like go to all these places that we want to go to. And it's like, it's a big investment for us. So,
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's going to go really well.
yeah, yeah, for sure. It is. So, kind of looking forward, you said you're taking some time off performing. You got the wedding gig in November. What have you been doing recently besides adopting animals and bringing animals into the house? What have you been?
This is a different one,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Gosh. What have I been doing? Good question. I don't remember.
Fair. I must say,
That's
though,
now.
I,
Mm,
I just realized what's sitting behind you
mm.
as all the hundreds of Australian musicians to claim to love AC/DC, and you were the first one to actually have an AC/DC anything in the background of there.
I had an AC/DC t-shirt on yesterday, but I was near a bonfire and it was all smoky, so I couldn't
Yeah,
wear it.
fair. Fair, fair. I've interviewed so many rock bands from Australia that say, "Oh, AC/DC or Angus, whatever, whatever." It's like, okay, cool, and it's just funny that you're the first person to actually have AC/DC anything in the
Yeah.
background. So,
My dad bought me that when I was in high school.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
I love it.
big fan.
I just had to point that out because I picked up on that as soon as you signed in. So it's just like,
Yeah,
oh,
I was like, this is a pretty good backdrop. Um, Normally yeah, I don't have to tidy up, but I was like, this is good.
yeah,
Got the candle, yeah, got the headphones, I'm good.
fair. I dig it. I really do. So you said you're kind of always writing, right? Are you,
Hmm.
what are you currently working on right now? Is there anything that's kind of sitting in the forefront of your mind writing wise?
I've got a few different things going actually, and that's tricky. And I found that with the album as well when I was writing for it. I was writing a few songs at a time sometimes, and it was like, hang on, this one's starting to sound like that one. I have to pull back and finish that first. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I one of my little sync things as well was perhaps writing something for something.
Mm-hmm.
So doing a little bit of that, but
Nice.
yeah.
Is
I don't
this
know. Mostly just like I try and write from my experience, which isn't something I never used to do when I first started writing.
really?
So yeah, my first like EP that we met because of
Mm-hmm.
that was Grammar, um, was pretty much based on just stories I made up. But this one's all real, so
Nice. 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 It's it it's really cool to really see like sync placement start to work its way into your music, because this is something that I don't want to say screaming for like the last 5 years, but like just pointing out that this is a very not easy because getting into sync placement isn't easy, but it's a very real opportunity for musicians to actually make money with their music
yeah.
because there's so much content out there right now. There's so many TV channels, online services, all that stuff that they're all making content and they're all needing.
They all need it.
Yeah, they all need music. And it's like, so what difference does it make if your song is on Bravo channel 73, just like whatever small TV channel on a made for TV movie, or if it's in a big blockbuster, like you're getting your name out there. Like somebody's going to see
Yeah.
it and somebody's going to like it. So,
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing now, right? Sync is such a big thing because not only are you making an income from it, but you're also able to reach new people without like you've already made the product 90% of the time. So it's not any extra work on that sort of like it's not like performing a show, you know. It's
absolutely.
not extra outlay, which is good. But I forgot. I actually did have something in sync. Already
So
forgotten.
something that's already out there, or
Yeah, yeah. But because it was a year ago. So, when I started, wow, it was like the week that I started working with my producer. So it was all very confusing and weird. It was very manifesting this, where I said to myself I wanted to do some, work in sync. And I actually had a friend send me a text being like, "Well done. I just heard it." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And it turns out that one of our national channels over here, one of our national broadcasters, had pitched my song for a documentary, and I just didn't even realize. Whoops.
hey, it happens. I get it. I had,
Mm.
it's one of those things where it's like, you just get surprises like that, I guess, right?
Yeah, well, I thought I probably had to approve it, but not with the way they'd licensed it was one of those that they could do that because it was a national thing and it was signed to a to our performing rights organization over here and yeah, so that was one of the old songs. That was from 2019.
Oh,
So
wow.
I wasn't paying much attention to that one anymore.
Fair. Well, it's probably one of those deals where it wasn't an exclusive thing. It was
No,
just
it
like,
wasn't.
yeah,
Mhm.
I feel like that's where they need to get your approval. Like, hey, we're going to take the exclusive to this one. But
Mhm.
with it just kind of being a in general thing, it was probably whoever your sync man or like whoever you go through that
Yeah, it
does the
was
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really cool though. Because I it's on all the streaming services for that broadcaster still, so you
Mm,
can still see it and hear it.
nice.
Pretty
What
cool.
was the documentary about?
I was actually about the Matildas, so the
Okay.
Aussie soccer players, the
Okay.
girls. Yeah.
I'm gonna have
It
to go.
was
We'll go see if it's on like YouTube or something.
it might be. It was called Beyond the Dream.
Okay. All
Mm.
right. I'm that's gonna be me tonight. Like it's gonna be midnight. I'm gonna be like, I should be in bed right now, but no, I'm gonna find this thing. So
I mean, that'd be really cool if it is still floating around, even, overseas, because
yeah.
yeah, it was a year ago now. It
Wow.
was July, I think, actually. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
We'll have to get into like the sync aspect of things and just kind of talk about the logistics because I don't tend to talk logistics on a lot of things just because that's when you
Hmm.
start losing people because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, we're going into the deep waters now. So, but
Yeah, that's
uh,
fair.
so other than the wedding show in November, you're pretty much that's your next focus for gigs and whatnot, or do you have anything else on the schedule?
Um, yeah, there's a like they have, it's a wedding, so there's very specific songs that would need to be very, very perfect.
Hmm.
So, that's my focus in terms of performing at the moment.
Hmm.
But yeah, always writing. I busk a lot as well still.
Nice.
I do all the markets and stuff.
Okay.
So, and my mum wrote a book, so she's promoting that, so I'm focusing on that with her. So, yeah.
Nice.
It's
Nice.
not out yet though.
Fair. How's the busking in Melbourne?
I haven't been in the actual city
Mm,
in a long time. I just go to farmers markets and hang out basically and drink
okay.
coffee and play music, and people getting their fresh produce really seem to appreciate it. So pretty good.
Nice. That's cool. I dig it. Farmers markets. I've been having a real appreciation for all the like. I don't want to call them obscure things, but like just like the community events that invite local songwriters to come down and just play, even though it's more of a vibe setter than like an
Oh yeah.
actual. Hey, we're coming there to listen to music.
Yeah. I'm making the atmosphere, which is I like it. Um
Hmm.
I find that I've recently stopped doing pub gigs because I don't like being background music
Yep.
and I'm sick of playing other people's songs. Because I have enough now of my own that I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm going to play mine. Um, but busking is the exception for me because
Okay.
I can just sort of, it's just vibes.
Hmm.
I can just chill and I can play whatever I want still.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. And I meet a lot of dogs and stuff. So,
Hey, that's meeting the dogs is always a key thing, right?
yeah, it's the best part.
Oh yeah.
I get people bring their puppies to me, and I'm like, heck yeah, this is my favorite part of the job.
It's like you're gonna just start setting out like a little tray of dog treats or something for the dogs, and just like a way to bring in more people.
Perhaps it's an idea.
Who knows? But I don't want to keep you too much longer here. I really appreciate your time. For people to check out your music, social media, all that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
At the moment, I'm focusing on Instagram for my social media, so at Samantha Sharpe Music. My name has an E at the end as well.
Yes.
Important to note. I have my music on all of the platforms, and even the CDs are available on my website, which I have to send this one out today, actually.
Nice.
So that's samanthasharpe.com. And yeah, all the platforms, all of them. I know we're boycotting and moving and changing and doing all the things at the moment, but whatever you're with, you'll find me because yeah, I'm too scared to quit any of them at the moment.
Fair.
I'm like, yeah, I'm an independent. I need to be as many places as I can for the
Yeah.
minute. So,
I I do really think that there's a way to make a livable wage using Spotify and all those streaming platforms more as a marketing platform instead of a
mm,
distribution platform.
yeah, yeah. They're what do they call them? It's a discovery platform for me
Yes, there you go.
because people ask me, I went to a dinner the other night and someone said, okay, but is it on Spotify?
Hmm.
And it's like, I want to be able to say yes because I know that that's what they're using.
Hmm.
I will have all the other alternatives so that I can cater to as many people as I can. But that's still the first one that people are asking me for. So
Yeah,
that's what I gotta do.
absolutely. And like, I mean, I have a whole theory on this. I'm still kind of formulating it in the back of my head, but once I have the entire theory written out, I will make sure to share it with you.
Please do. I'd love
So,
to. I'd love to hear it.
but once again, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody, for tuning in, and we will catch you all later.
Thanks, Tom.
Yes. Oh, where's my stop recording button? There it is.